Think Realty Nation, it's your host, Abhi Golhar. Welcome to the Think Realty podcast. We have a really cool show for you today. We're talking about probate leads. We're talking about why probate records are becoming a really awesome source of leads in the industry today. We're also talking about the benefits of getting this historical data. Everything's coming down to data these days. We want to make sure we have the right data possible. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's a special offer. So there's going to be a special offer as well. So you want to stick around for that. After my interview with Jeff from US Probate Leads, we'll also, in as quick of a fashion as possible, we'll talk about the 11 upcoming real estate trends that are poised to impact real estate agents and investors. So if you're an agent or an investor, you want to pay attention to this conversation. Okay, that being said, this podcast is brought to you by Real Property Management, which is the largest residential property management franchise in North America, managing tens of thousands of properties for individuals, investors, and institutions throughout the country. Learn more at realpropertymgt.com or call 888-806-7088. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Awesome. So give me a quick 1-2. Who are you? What do you do?
I am Jeff. I am the sales director for US Probate Leads.
Awesome. And probate leads, we've had you on the show before. We talked about probate leads, which is also why we're having you on the show again, because it's such an important topic, especially right now, especially when deals are hard to find. And some people think, well, geez, I have to crank it out every single day, month, year to get into the lives of somebody. Is it really hard? Like, is this a hard niche to kind of crack and start to see deal flow from?
No, it's not. Actually, if it's worked properly, it is a relatively easy process to work probate. We provide the list. We provide all the tools even to get somebody started in this industry.
Got it. And what are some of the tools that y'all offer that a new investor or even a pro investor that, quite frankly, is looking for leads can take advantage of when working with USProbateLeads.com?
Well, the list itself is where we shine as a company, what we send off to our clients. Okay. The list has all the deceit and information. It has their last known addresses, a court date, a case number, pretty much everything that the court provides. Then where we excel as a company is we go after and get a complete skip trace effort on those executors. Those are the ones that the investors or realtors are going to want to make that contact with. Full name, full address, including a zip code to do mail outs, and phone numbers. That is all included on the list. And as a bonus, for those that are even a little bit more savvy, as we will also include attorneys if there was an attorney involved in the probate process.
So all of this data for a real estate investor means what? Like, I have to assimilate a real estate attorney, the probate file. How do I use this to my benefit? Because as somebody that's kind of looking at things for the very first time, I'm like, well, okay, I get this information. I just don't know what to do with it. What do you suggest? What are like some initial actions?
Mailers and phone calls, like we've talked about on past podcasts. Okay. Those are going to be your best friends with the probate process.
Okay. What is a general probate process from kind of like a start to finish on a high level, so that the new investors and even some of the pro investors that don't work on the probate, that haven't worked probate before, they can kind of get a general gist of things?
Well, it's good to start with some historical data. 3 months, 6 months ago filings. These are the ones that have pretty much matured over time. They're going through some processes. It's sensitive. They're loved ones. It's property of a loved one. So it's good to get that older file data to even start the process. Now, on the other hand, you can get the new files and then just work them for a period of 2 months, 3 months. You will get low-hanging fruit along the way as well.
Got it. And who's best positioned to kind of take advantage of some of these deals or opportunities? Is it only the real estate? Is it only the real estate investor? Can the real estate agents also jump in on opportunities?
Oh, no,
Okay.
no. Real estate investors, realtors, wholesalers, flippers. If you are in the real estate game nowadays, probate is honestly a great source to use as a lead investor.
Awesome. What's the benefit to getting historical data and really assimilating historical data for probate leads for an investor or agent that wants to go down this path of looking at probate leads as a lead source to potentially invest in?
Again, it's a mature lead. When somebody has filed 3 months, 6 months ago, when they immediately filed, maybe they weren't quite ready to sell that property. They've got heirlooms in it. They've got people out of state. They've got an attachment to the property. There's a lot of variables that would prevent somebody from selling immediately. So as time progresses, they get less and less attached to that property, so to speak. So they get motivated as time goes. And you want to be the investor, the realtor, the right place at the right time. That's what we suggest, staying in front of these folks 6 months, even up to a year, mailers and phone calls, up to a year later after they file.
Gotcha. So staying consistent is the name of the game here. You can't just give up after 30 days or 60 days.
Oh,
You
no.
have to keep, okay.
No, 100%. Stay in front of them. Have you be at the right place at the right time. Because again, we've spoken about in the past, some people, a novice or even just general experts, they'll find 30 days, 60 days, and they give up or they forget about them. So again, staying consistent, like we're saying, is a great marketing tool to use.
Awesome. And there are a lot of, I mean, there aren't a whole lot of, I'll take that back. There are not a whole lot of sources for probate leads, but there are a few.
No.
Why are you the industry leader for probate leads and the source for me to buy probate leads from?
Well, first of all, we've been doing this for over 15 years. Okay.
Okay.
We classify ourselves. So when I'm selling on the phone, I say we are the premier probate list company in the United States. The main reason being, we're not aware of anyway another company that physically covers the whole country. So in other words, we have researchers, a network already set up. They physically go to these courthouses if they need to, all over the country. Well, we have to physically send somebody. That's what we do. And then we go collect the data directly from the courts, do our magic, so to speak, with our secret sauce, getting the list ready to then send off to the investors or the realtors. So that is where US Probate Leads stands out above the crowd, so to speak.
Nice. And I know you have a special offer. Every time we have you on, you always have something up your sleeve. What do you have up your sleeve for our listeners and viewers today for US Probate Leads?
For Think Realty until the end of the year.
Oh man, this is a big one.
We've been talking about historical data. Okay, 50% off till the end of the year. That's the special. So mention this Think Realty podcast.
Wow.
Mention Think Realty at all. And until the end of the year, we will give the viewers 50% off whatever is listed on the website. It's also in the database. If we got to go collect new data, we'll talk. But anything that we have in our database that we've already collected, 3 months, 6 months, a year, we'll go 50% off wherever is listed on the website.
Okay, so that's like freaking awesome. So thanks for doing that. Like
deal.
that's a good deal, right? Like I know a good deal like J. Crew or Bolani or Nordstrom or whatever, and I know a good deal when I see one, right? I mean, Jeff, you really pulled it out of the bag here. This is a fantastic deal. So 50%
We'll
off.
call it the early Black Friday get through the holiday season special, man.
That's great branding. I'm taking that branding. That sounds awesome. So Jeff, I certainly appreciate the time. If you had one gold nugget for our listeners today, what would it be outside of take advantage of the 50% off?
One gold nugget. aside from the special, well, hey, I'll go one step further. Gold Nugget thrown in the mix, 25% off a subscription. We'll throw that out there as well. Till the end of the year, we'll throw that in the mix. So 25% off the regular subscription, 50% off historical will be thrown in the mix as well. A golden nugget, get the historical. That will bring you some gold in this industry. If I can say it, if I can convey that to the audience, and working probate properly will yield the results you guys are looking for. You just got to give it a try.
Give it a try. Have a little faith, and it'll work. Jeff, thanks so much.
Oh, yeah.
You want to check him out? Go to www.usprobateleads.com, and you heard the offers right here for everybody that is part of Think Realty Nation. So again, Jeff, thanks so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy. We'll talk again.
You got it. Think Realty Nation, this next segment is brought to you by Nevada Real Estate Investments, your premier source for cash flow investment property. Visit www.turnkeyrealestateinvestments.com. We're talking about the 11 upcoming real estate trends that are poised to impact real estate agents and investors. A recent Forbes article by an expert panel. Kind of interesting. The panel is made up of a bunch of people around the country, and they're all really, really well known. Trend number 1, co-working space. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, Gary Beasley from Roofstock here. That's cool. All right. This article became that much more interesting. Number 1, co-working space is a shared amenity. Quote, with more and more people working from home, whether it's part-time or full-time, the need for a flexible co-working space is growing. So, interestingly enough, my team works in a co-working space, and we've had a co-working space now for about a year and a half. And now we're moving out of one to more of a traditional lease. But it works. It's great for small teams and for startups. Number 2, a growing sense of community. This is Robin Bala from the Festival Companies. Quote, I think all types of real estate, with the exception of industrial, are being reevaluated right now to figure out how to provide a larger sense of community. What I love about some of these co-working spaces as well is they really do a good job of that. You know, they do an excellent job of that, and they'll put on events or they'll have a little community social, so it's fantastic. Number 3, property tech and AI is disrupting the industry. If you don't know what AI is, Google it and you'll find out why it's a disruptor. Number 4, the rise of opportunity zones. Opportunity zones is, right now, I feel opportunity zones is replacing the 1031 exchange. It's incredible. Understand how you can use opportunity zones to your benefit, and you're going to win. Number 5, millennials will start buying homes. This is Robert Jaffick from Boomerang Capital Partners. Quote, they're somewhat slower to buy homes than previous generations, but they're getting into the home buying years. And according to the Pew Research Center, millennials today are better educated and more diverse. So that's really, really cool. And let's see, number 7, short-term rentals at higher rates. Kind of duh on that one. Short-term rentals are the future. There's a growing trend for short-term rentals at higher rates. When managed correctly, this trend can generate higher revenue per square foot. We got number 9, increased use of freelance workers. Number 10, build-to-rent boom. The B2R space is really cool, especially if you're a company that's vertically integrated and you can control costs from the top down. A total winner. And number 11, modular buildings are reshaping construction. I visited Indianapolis and Birmingham recently, and both are using a modular building construction effort in their community. So we're starting to see some of that. Matthew Murphy from Montage Ventures, quote, the construction industry is getting completely reinvented, which will have a direct impact on real estate. And modular builders are able to build high-quality homes in as little as 3 months, and for 50% of the cost of a traditional build. So, interesting stuff. You want to go check out this article. It is titled 11 Upcoming Real Estate Trends Poised to Impact Agents and Investors. You can find it on Forbes.com, the Forbes Real Estate Council piece. So, that being said, Think Realty Nation, that's the show. Today's podcast and show is brought to you by Real Property Management, which is the largest residential property management franchise in North America. They manage tens of thousands of properties for individuals, investors, and institutions throughout the country. You can learn more at realpropertymgt.com or call 888-806-7088. At any point in time, if you have questions for us over here at Think Realty, get in touch. Go to thinkrealty.com, or you can find me anywhere online at Abhi Golhar, especially LinkedIn and Instagram. I'm really rocking that right now. 2020 is my TikTok year, so you're going to have to check that out in 2020. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. Until next time, happy investing.